So the draft class in this WNBA draft class is actually looking unbelievable. I mean, we expected it to be this good, and it would be obviously even better if Paige Beckers had gone in. But like that high school class with Paige Beckers and these top players, unbelievable. This WNBA draft, unbelievable. More hyped clearly in the NBA draft, which I'll be making some videos on that tomorrow. But Cameron Brink has maybe shown as much, if not more, promise in her preseason games than an Angel Reese or a Caitlin Clark. I don't think she's going to be better, especially than Caitlin Clark, and I'm very impressed by what Angel Reese has done. But would it surprise me if Cameron Brink ends up being the best of these? Not really. And there was a reason she was the number 2 overall pick, taken above Cardoso and Angel Reese as far as the bigs are concerned. There is a reason. And other than one flaw, which, in fairness, that one flaw, if she doesn't figure it out, could stop her being an absolute superstar in this league. But she's going to be a hell of a player no matter what, and is already going to be a hell of a player right now with the way she plays. Like, I'm going to be showing some clips now of her game last night. This is in 8 minutes of court time. The reason why she only played 8 minutes, I'll talk about later. But Cameron Brink she's just a baller. Like, you can tell she has a feel for the game that not a lot of people have. An elite shot blocker too. Like 4 blocks a game nearly at Stanford. And she went and hit a corner 3 in her first preseason game. An elite offensive rebounder, reads the ball well from rebounds, positions her body well, is 6'4" with long arms, passes well, finishes well around the basket, has a decent enough touch. Like, you're looking at a potential superstar in the WNBA, and she looks at home. It's not like a situation where with Caitlin Clark where there's still growing pains, but I think it's very different because Cameron Brink is someone you can put into a system, whereas Caitlin Clark is a system. And the Indiana Fever, if they don't play the Caitlin Clark system, Caitlin Clark might struggle and the team might struggle, but if they all just run and let Clark be Clark and run and get a lot of layups, it could work. And it probably will work. Whereas Brink is already going to be one of the best shot blockers in the WNBA. She's going to walk in as one of the best shot blockers. She's going to walk in, just like Angel Reese, just like Boston last year, as one of the best offensive rebounders in the WNBA. She's going to be one of the better rebounders. She's a good passing big. And everything is there for her to be a star straight away. And this draft class, again, is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And like, I'm mainly making this video because obviously WNBA content's doing well, so I'm starting to look back. So I watched back every minute she has been on the floor in her last 2 games, and she just already looks the part. It doesn't look like there's any real growing pains for her as far as game is concerned. She's already going to be capable of coming in and helping the Sparks and being a star in the future. Like, she's got guard skills. She handles the ball well for a big. And she is a true big. So she's not just like a tall guard like an Elena Deladon, who's obviously has the size but isn't the true big, was an outside player but was very, very tall. Like, she is 100% an out-and-out big. The big problem is that there's a reason why. There is a reason why she only played 8 minutes last night. Foul trouble. Cameron Brink picked up 4 fouls in 8 minutes. And this wouldn't be concerning if she wasn't in foul trouble a lot in college. She got fouled out in a tournament game. She fouls a lot. She fouls an awful lot. And it is an issue because it was a problem in college and it's already been a problem in preseason. Players are going to be better at drawing fouls the next level than they were in college. So it's going to be harder for her to stay on the floor if she doesn't make some adjustments. I don't know what that is, whether it's a case of trying to time better, maybe not going for as many blocks, but there are a lot of situations where her being in foul trouble is going to be to the detriment of her team. Because when she's on the floor, she's unbelievable at basketball. she is a good offensive player. I think she's a much more polished player offensively than an Angel Reese. Her touch is better. She shoots the ball better. Whereas Angel Reese, like, just wills her way to the basket. Like, as far as effort is concerned, like, she is going to out hustle anybody. Angel Reese is also an absolutely elite perimeter defender, and she's the type of player. Angel Reese is the type of player that her energy, her effort, and like is going to build up a team. Angel Reese is going to be a leader of great teams for years to come. Whereas you've got a more polished game in Cameron Brink, who's a better shot blocker, who's taller, who's longer, who's probably a bit more of a skilled player. But at the end of the day, none of that matters if she can't stay on the floor. And that's basically the only flaw. That is the only flaw. But I genuinely do think that from what I've seen, I can see why the Sparks picked her. A lot of people were wondering why Sparks didn't pick Cardoso. A lot of people were saying Angel Reese should have just gone number 2. And I actually don't think any of those would have been wrong picks. I think had Angel Reese gone number 2, she'd be still balling out because Angel Reese is an incredible basketball player. But you can see Cameron Brink has that potential to maybe even be the best player in this draft class. As great as Caitlin Clark is, Caitlin Clark is in a situation where a bad coach could try and make Caitlin Clark fit into a system, and that's just not going to work. Caitlin Clark could be coached out of a successful career, whereas I think Cameron Brink is going to be good no matter what. So yeah, she could genuinely be the best player in this draft class if she's able to stay out of foul trouble. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.